President Joe Biden issued a farewell letter to America on Wednesday ahead of his departure address. The self-regarding missive highlights what he claims is a legacy built on personal examples of leadership, strength, willpower, triumph over adversity, and commitment. Calling himself a kid with a stutter from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania and Claymont, Delaware, who rose to the highest office in the land, the octogenarian now wants Americans to build on that personal example. Biden touted resilience during the Chinese coronavirus epidemic and its associated economic crisis as exemplars to highly regard, arguing, "We came together as Americans and we braved through it. We emerged stronger, more prosperous, and more secure." He touted the improved economy, including inflation coming, wages going up, and the job market rebounding since he took office. He also touted top accomplishments before leaving office, like that infrastructure is being built across the U.S., since he signed the bipartisan infrastructure law in 2021, and the U.S. is leading the semiconductor industry, since the CHIPS and Science Act he signed in 2022. The president outlined that he beat Big Pharma by lowering the cost of prescription drugs through the Inflation Reduction Act, which he signed into law in 2022, and that he protected veterans exposed to toxic materials through the PACT Act he signed in 2022. He also celebrated that he signed a bipartisan gun safety bill, took steps to fight climate change, and that violent crime is down. "I ran for president because I believed that the soul of America was at stake. The very nature of who we are was at stake, and that's still the case," Biden wrote. "America is an idea stronger than any army and larger than any ocean. It's the most powerful idea in the history of the world. That idea is that we are all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We've never fully lived up to this sacred idea, but we've never fully lived up to it either. And I do not believe the American people will walk away from it now." Biden was careful to set aside any claim of resounding victory in Afghanistan, given the world watched as its horrors unfolded then and in the years since. Biden also disregarded inflation, soaring crime, spiking cost of living, and an invasion on the southern border, all significant parts of his watch. The president leaves office after being unceremoniously defenestrated by his own party in July. Kamala Harris was his anointed successor, and she was comprehensively beaten by President-elect Trump in November, who will himself be sworn in on Monday. Biden's farewell speech begins at 8 p.m. on Wednesday night from the Oval Office. It will be the 82-year-old's fifth from behind the resolute desk, with the most recent being the address he delivered to explain his unprecedented decision to withdraw from the previously tossed elections after losing the backing of fellow Democrats.
Stupid mistake in the campaign, in the debate. I mean, my schedule has been full bore. I've done, where's Trump been? Riding around in his golf cart, filling out his scorecard before he hits the ball? I mean, look, he's done virtually nothing. And I don't know how many, don't hold me to it, roughly 20 major events. Some with thousands of people showing up. And so I just think it's better. I always have an inclination, whether I was playing sports or doing politics, just to keep going, not stop. I just got to pace myself a little more. Pace myself. And the next debate, I'm not going to be traveling into 15 time zones a week before. Anyway, that's what it was about. That's what it was about. And by the way, even with that, I love my staff, but they add things all the time. At the very end, I'm catching hell from my wife for that. Anyway.